You are now listening to the most electrified and vilified podcast on the net, Hot Topix Podcast. Let's get this party started. Lord have mercy.
Yes.
Okay. Welcome to the Hot Topix Podcast. Cycle 4081 here, and we have
Lamb chop
and
Feather.
Oh,
okay,
she got a feather down. What happened to Juicy? I like Juicy.
Oh, Juicy.
Yeah, there you go.
No, because it makes Juicy awful. He makes everything awful. It was like Juicy.
Yeah, that's true.
Juicy.
That is so
and
true.
I'm like, oh my God.
Juicy. I'm crazy.
Oh, I still remember that song.
Remember
Oh my God, he's such a mess. Such a mess.
So we have a interesting day here.
We do.
Yeah.
Because we have such beautiful weather.
I'm joking.
And Thelonious, she's here today, all dressed up.
Looking gorgeous as usual. Yay, clap for her.
Girl, you over here looking like you just come from a funeral.
Because I'm all.
You get on my nerves.
I do have. It's because it's cold. I do have. It's a skirt and a shirt.
It's very cute.
It's white. That's white. Funerals don't use white.
But yours is half white.
Listen,
still
funerals
has
use
white.
everything now.
Oh, wait a
They don't care
minute.
what
All right,
you
so
look
speaking
like.
of funerals, I happen to be at one, right? And I'm sitting in a parking lot. And let me tell you how so many people came out like they was just coming from the club.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
And I'm talking about off the stage on the club. So I was like, is this what we doing now?
This is what we do now.
So I used to always feel, guilty because I didn't wear a suit. So I was like, any chance I get, I don't have to wear a suit. I was like, all right, well, I can just put some slacks on, a shirt and a tie, whatever. But after I see people coming up there and
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I'm good.
Oh, they come with the t-shirts and the saggy jeans. They don't care.
Crazy.
Yep, that's where we are now.
So interesting enough, I'm gonna go. I have a couple things that I thought was interesting. Last podcast we did was Diddy.
Yeah.
Oh, we did this the
Estate. Yeah.
estate planning, which is very informative.
Correct.
But just to piggyback on the Diddy one, that's
It's coming.
Yeah.
Oh, it's out
It's
now.
out.
It's out now. Okay.
I thought it was some good information.
Oh, I'm sure he's gonna find something.
Well, stuff when you down, the stuff just piles on. Everybody comes out.
Everybody
Maybe they
come
feel
and kick
safe.
you.
So-
Freudenfeuer. It's a word. It's a German word for people like to raise you up and watch you fall.
Really?
Hard. And I can't say it. Sherman. I'm gonna find it, but that's what it is. The whole thing is based around people loving to see you fall. And how far you can fall.
That's not good.
It's not good, but it's people out there like that.
Well, I guess that's kind of like how people like to watch the reality shows too. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking something along the same lines.
Yep.
But so the Source magazine, which is one of my favorite, magazines back in the day.
Oh, they not.
What is it online? I don't know if they have the
Okay.
physical one, but I'm
I
sure
don't
they do.
think they do.
But this came out, disturbing new lawsuit against Diddy alleges abused victim was impregnated by a disgraced mogul, that's him, and encouraged to get abortion by a female rapper. Yeah.
Wait a minute. To get an abortion by a female rapper.
So she was impregnated by Diddy, and then she was encouraged, I guess.
Oh, the other girl encouraged her to get an abortion.
Yeah.
That probably
I guess I don't know
was
if
the
he
best thing
sent
for her
her,
to do.
whatever.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So he's facing a new lawsuit, and the woman is unnamed. I don't know who she is. Accused him of drugging, manipulating, and mistreating her over a 4-year period. So I was just filed in New York State, in the Supreme Court. I know you can go straight to the Supreme Court. That's what it says. Outlines the claim of emotional abuse, non-consensual behavior, and attempts to control her actions. Same as the other ones.
Right.
But I would love to know. Oh my God, another one. Jesus Christ.
He went to the Supreme Court in New York.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But obviously she's Jane Doe. Said that he forced her into situations against her will, and that he and his staff recorded their interactions without her knowledge.
That's so disgusting.
So just add that one to the list.
To the rest. Yeah, that is so disgusting. I wonder what it is. Is it like a power thing? It's got to be like a power thing.
It has to be. Because, somebody, when you reach that plateau, of
I have everything.
Everything. You don't need, and you don't have a want for anything.
Yeah.
You don't have to struggle, whatever. So I think it has to be something that you want to control.
Yeah.
Because you have fame, you have fortune, so it's not like you can't get anybody. There's plenty of people that's willing to do whatever you want.
Right.
But he chooses,
Yeah. I don't know. That I feel like some of that had to be in his personality even before he, got the money.
I think money just kind of enhances what you already
Your
are.
assholeness.
Yes.
I mean, that's not really a word.
Yeah, we're going to make it one.
So if you're a jerk poor, you're going to be a super jerk when you get money.
I sincerely believe that we have certain things about us that based on our upbringing and our experiences that it could go either way. Like say if I have an aggressive personality, I could be a military general.
Right.
Or I could be a gangster or a street criminal.
Right.
Or I could be a successful boxer.
Yeah.
So I guess it depends on how those things are honed.
And how you use that energy. And which direction people push you into that energy. Newsflash.
Just came out like a second ago.
Okay.
Pete Rose died.
No. Baseball, Pete Rose?
Pete Rose, yeah.
Oh.
Which is one of my favorite players back when he was with the Phillies.
Was he gambling? Was it something?
Yeah, he was. Yeah. But I think they were trying to. He was banned from baseball, so he wasn't able to get into the Hall of Fame and stuff like that. And they was trying to push him. Hey, get Pete Rose back in there. Okay, he said he gambled, but he didn't ever gambled on his team.
Right. Right.
And I think, especially now that they're allowing people to gamble.
Legally across.
But
states.
not of your players, I guess. But either way,
But they never found that he fixed the game. Yeah. Right.
So I think that time should have passed, and I don't know if they finally allowed him in there, but it's unfortunate if they didn't.
Yeah.
So Pete Rose is a baseball player.
Yeah, I heard from
a great baseball player.
She already let that.
Yeah.
I said that before.
You know what baseball is?
No.
Oh, you're ridiculous.
No, because she don't know what baseball is. She only knows soccer.
She's been in the United States long enough to know what baseball is. Yes, give him the face.
Touchdown.
Yes, give him the face. Absolutely, give him the side eye.
Pete Rose. Pete Rose was a first baseman for the Phillies and the Cincinnati Reds.
Blah, blah, blah. We don't want to hear it.
So, record setter. He should be a Hall of Famer, but anyway, he passed away, I think, at the age of 83.
That was old.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So while we're on people passing away, Dame Maggie Smith died.
Why you guys always say somebody died?
Sorry, it just seems to happen. We're remembering. Dame Maggie
somebody
Smith.
die every week.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. But she had a long movie career. Started in the 60s, and you know her. She's been in everything. The most recent, I think people know her from Harry Potter. She was one of the professors in Harry Potter, Dame Maggie Smith.
Oh, now she perks up.
Let me go check who that person is.
Was,
oh my God.
Professor McGonagall. So I know her.
She was so
yeah.
I liked her so much in Harry Potter.
Yes,
That was so
I loved her. I know her from Sister Act and Downton Abbey and First Wives Club.
Sister Act? Well, she was
a nuns.
That's true.
Death on the Nile. Like, she has had a long, stellar career. And if you saw her, I'll show you a picture. You'll know exactly who she is. But she died at 89.
This is her.
Yeah.
I'm sad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see?
I'm sad. He doesn't know her, but I'm sad.
I know her face.
You don't know her. I'm sad.
And the last one was she was 89. She was 89. Chris Christopherson, 88, died.
Yeah.
So he had a music career and an acting career, and some of his famous movies was A Star Is Born. It's 3 of those.
Is it
Star Is
3
Born?
remakes?
Judy Garland, Lady Gaga, and Barbara Streisand and Chris Christopherson. So he was in A Star Is Born, Blade, Planet of the Apes.
I don't remember him Planet of the Apes. But I remember him mostly from Blade.
Yeah. Was that someone that died again?
Yes.
Yeah. Blade, right? You saw Blade.
Yeah, I did.
So the guy, what was his name?
I don't remember.
not Fiddler.
Which of them?
Not
What was it?
Fiddler.
What was the
Whistler.
character?
Whistler.
He was
The
Blade's
friend, the
right-hand man.
white man.
Yes.
Oh, the white. Oh, that one died too. Oh my god.
Yeah. Yep.
And they come in threes.
Is that 3?
Yeah, Pete Rose.
Pete Rose.
Yeah.
Oh well, they
And
come in
he's
4s because we
Who
got
is
one more.
dying again? Oh my god.
John Ashton
Who is that? I probably don't know that person.
from Beverly Hills Cop.
I don't know.
No.
He was just in the last one. He was the one who made the chief. Axel Foley's 2 partners.
Yeah.
The cops. He's the thick one.
Oh.
Yep.
This one. This.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's somebody that's been in a bunch of stuff, and
Yeah.
you don't kind of know who he is. So,
But
oh,
you know what? In
man.
that last movie, Beverly Hills Cop 4, was it?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't watch
it might have been called Axel Foley. Whatever it
Yeah.
was. You know, I was looking at him and I said, "Oh, he looks kind of like the time didn't do him well." So I'm thinking maybe
He was sick.
yeah. Oh, wait a minute, that comes in 5s. Guess
Oh
what?
my
geez.
god. You just have so much bad news. So many-
But it all came like Dikembe Mutombo from the basketball player.
Oh, the really tall.
Yes.
Oh,
Yep.
wow.
He passed away. He had brain cancer.
Oh, wow.
Yep. He was only 58.
Yikes. Oh.
Yep. So, wow. This one was a lot.
Yeah. This
All
week
within
was
a few
lot.
days.
Oh, yeah. It's just one of those things, we're gonna lose people, but it just seems like we've been losing the really, really good people. Not that if you lose somebody bad, you
Can't
don't.
be much.
Well, you know what? I think because now we are seeing our
At that age.
we're seeing our childhood, superstars and
Yeah.
heroes and stuff like that getting. Or even Nick Nolte, they had something about him in the paper how he looked so bad. I'm like, he's just 80 something,
Yeah.
88, whatever.
That's true.
So eventually, I mean, I've seen when Muhammad Ali passed away.
Yeah.
That was horrible for me. I think that was probably the big James Earl Jones.
Right.
Every Star Wars fan, that's tragic.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's a lot. And, recently, last summer or the summer before, we had our family reunion. It was like more of my aunts and uncles, when they pass away, it puts me and my cousins, the first 2 oldest one,
Up there,
at the top of that
Wow.
list. So it's like you're getting older and older.
did you watch soaps?
I do watch soaps, but I don't remember. I wasn't a Days of
You
Our Lives
was a
fan.
Young and the Restless.
I for a little while, then I became an All My Children girl.
Wait a minute, which one had Adam?
All My Children.
Oh, All My Children. Okay,
I was an All My Children
I
girl.
watched that for a little bit,
Yeah.
just a tiny bit.
I used to love me some Adam Chandler.
Yeah. So, but for those who watch soaps, Days of Our Lives, person's name is Drake. I'm messing this up. Hoggeston. He's beloved as John Black.
Like I said, I never watched Days of Our Lives, so I'm not really sure. The
So,
soaps are dying off.
He was 70. He played him for 40 years.
Yikes.
So battled pancreatic cancer.
Yikes.
God,
Yeah.
a moment of silence.
Yeah, for everybody that passed.
Okay.
May their soul rest in peace.
Yes. Thank you. Okay.
So on a lighter note,
Thank you.
Deadpool.
Yeah.
After saying everything about dead, now you have to just say Deadpool. Oh, wow. Wow.
We're gonna review Deadpool versus Wolverine. And this is Deadpool's 3rd movie. Yeah,
Yes.
the third
Yes.
movie.
It's
Probably the first one I've seen.
You haven't?
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
I'm not really a...
Marvel
No.
comic book.
So
kinda.
you didn't watch Blade?
I did. It's Blade of Marvel movie.
Yeah,
It is?
He's a Marvel. He's
Like
a
the first
cartoon
one.
character.
he was the first.
Yeah.
It was the first
Like
Marvel.
Blade? Oh,
Yeah,
really?
Wesley Snipes. The,
Yep.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Daywalker.
Oh, well, I saw him as a person. I didn't see him as a
So, but
cartoon.
you saw him in
Oh,
you
nice
saw,
one.
You saw him in. You saw him in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in Deadpool.
Deadpool,
Yeah,
yeah.
correct.
Because he's a Marvel character.
Oh, I was wondering what he was doing there.
You
Wow, I didn't know.
So did you see Morbius?
No.
Morpheus.
Morpheus. No,
Morpheus.
not Morpheus.
Olodo.
Morpheus is from
The Matrix.
The Matrix. It's
Sorry.
Morbius.
I don't
Is
know
that the one with what's the guy?
Dimitri. I don't know
Oh
because
God, that's
I didn't make the connection.
yeah.
but,
My brain is gonna.
but I thought that was a good movie.
Yeah.
But that's,
It's a Marvel.
yeah.
Marvel.
So that's a character that's intertwined with Blade
Yeah.
because I think Blade chased him down
right.
at least in Spider-Man 2 because I remember Blade from the
Right.
Spider-Man movies. So yeah.
Uh,
That's what we should
I love
have
it.
talked about all of the interconnecting
Right.
characters and stuff like that. But Deadpool versus Wolverine.
Yeah.
It's actually still out in the
Jared
movies.
Leto. I'm sorry.
What's
That's
his name?
Jared Leto. That's
Jared
the guy
Leto.
that played
The Morbius.
Morbius,
Yeah.
and he played in something else that we didn't know because I remember we was talking about how he was Morbius, but he played in something else that we was talking about. I don't remember. And nobody knew that was the same person.
him. Yeah. He can morph into things.
Oh no. He's in a singing group, right? I think he's in a singing group, famous singing group.
Okay.
And I didn't know because I didn't know the singing group. But so, did you like it? First of all, did you like the movie?
The movie, yes, it was okay.
And I think
It is weird to come in though like that late in the game and not see any other because it's connecting things that might not make sense. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it made sense.
Okay,
But
that's good.
it made sense in the sense that because I didn't know about whatever, so it was just like I was seeing the movie for the first time. So it's like new movie,
just a movie. Yeah. I got it.
She was confused.
No, what was confusing about nothing.
No, but let's talk about the Marvel
Like
movies.
so if you didn't tell me Blade was part of the Marvel, I'll just be like, oh, he just
Right.
featured in the movie.
Right,
I'm like,
right.
oh my god, why they put in? It's already old. It's so old.
So for Marvel fans, and that was like a big
thing.
Yeah,
know,
because
thing.
when we were in a movie, everybody was just like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, there was no
Yeah,
it was just
I
like
was just like,
it was just a normal movie.
So one of the
Loving
things with
it.
that they're coming out with a new Blade movie supposedly.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that Mahershala Ali
Yes.
is going to be Blade. That's
Oh,
right.
so they're changing the Blade.
Yeah.
So they wanted
this
because it was a
Blade is
reboot
old already.
Yeah, but they wanted Wesley Snipes to reprise
Boy,
his
he's
role.
old. He's old.
But I mean, Blade gets old. I mean, he ages,
yeah.
don't he?
Yeah.
But he doesn't age as fast.
Fast
as,
as right, because he's still part vampire.
And he's still they made him
look
look old because he had
good.
the gray, but they
Right.
can make him.
Wait, what? So that's not what he looks like real?
I think they made him look older because they put the
In the
Yeah.
movie?
yeah.
In the Deadpool?
Yeah, he's 60 something, I believe.
Yeah, he's in his 60s.
but he doesn't look it.
Oh, in real life.
Right.
I thought he
okay,
looked
well.
good in the movie.
Yeah.
I was all for it.
No, compared to Blade, it was really young and you
Yeah,
know what
yeah.
I'm
Because
saying?
in the movie
and
he had
his
the
prime.
gray.
He was definitely in his prime.
maybe. And then
Yeah.
no, he lost weight, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, you can see it like a thing. In
Yeah,
his,
you
his
understand
neck.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying. So yeah, he was like, I'm like, he's old.
Well, since I'm
I can
old,
say old.
it doesn't bother me as much.
So just to get it out there, how many? I'm gonna throw some movies out there to see if you know about them. You saw Thor.
Yes,
Thor.
I did.
Okay, you saw Black Panther.
Why are you doing? Did we see it together? Why are you doing? Like you're asking me other questions, so don't act like you know my life. And you know
But I know you saw Black Panther
how?
because
Everybody has.
yeah.
No, it doesn't matter. I might not be everybody.
You saw Black Panther.
I
I knew
did.
you did because
Whatever.
you connected with Black Panther. Aren't you from Wakanda?
Whatever.
I can't even. We're going to keep it moving.
I'm from Wakanda. Oh,
You know what?
I
Let me tell you,
took
though, when I first saw him premiere in what was it? No, The Avengers. What was his first?
Who?
Chadwick Boseman. He was in, like, they introduced him in one of those movies, and then he had his own movie.
Yes, he. I think he was at the end. when-
Was it Captain America?
It might have been Captain America, because whatever they blew up the his father,
Right.
and he was there at the end.
Right. So,
So
when they
that's how
first
his father
introduced
died.
him, I was all about it.
Yeah,
Like,
so-
the minute I saw him, I was like,
And when
this
people,
is it.
Oh, wow.
yeah, when people saw
Yeah.
that was going to be the character, everybody was like, "Oh my
Yes.
god, yeah, this Black Panther!" Because when they introduce people from the comic book, they always have that little excitement that, "Oh my god, this is coming down the line," or "That's such and such,"
Oh, wow.
But you don't follow the comic books, and you haven't really followed the series of Marvel, like
Right.
Because I've always
Infinity-
felt it's for kids. So yeah.
Oh no, well, this one definitely wasn't.
Not.
So-
Was not for children.
Did you see any of the Hulk movies?
Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, Incredible Hulk.
I guess.
That means no.
That,
Yeah, I know who the Incredible.
You know
Hulk
it, but
is.
did you see their own movies?
No,
Yeah,
I
he
don't
had
think
a-
so. I'm not
okay.
sure.
I
So the-
wasn't that crazy about Edward North being Hulk.
That's the one I liked. I didn't like the first one with what's his name, Eric something, Eric Donna or Aldana, whatever his name was. But the thing with the Marvel movies, which makes it kind of special for a lot of people, is that in the movies there's always Easter eggs in there, where like say in the Hulk movie, it was a part where he was at the cave or on this mountain, whatever, and it was thundering and lightning, and he was all jittery, whatever. In the background, there was a lightning thing. That's where Thor came in.
Right.
So they always put something in there that you don't know at the time.
So the next.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
or introduce another character of some
Right.
sort. Like, I'm trying to think of another one. But I just like how they always intertwine.
Because I just feel like they are fictitious. Like, they cannot happen in real life. So, yeah, that's why.
Well, I think that's why people like them, because we just need a
but
break from what is real life. You need a break.
What
from
movie
that.
what movie do you
No.
watch that's not fictitious?
Well, at least they're relatable. Is what I'm saying.
Like what? Like give me
All the
one.
movies I see, they're like relatable, like things that happen in real life.
Like The Exorcist.
That was based
Whatever.
on a true
You're
story.
I know you're going to say that one because like, Africans, they believe in voodoo, blah 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 blah, and shit don't happen. Whatever.
Well, that was technically based on a true story, they say.
But then all these things, all these other things are relatable. Like, I'm going to work, this happened. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But all this other
falling
ones
in
are-
love.
You
It's a
understand
love
what I'm
story.
saying? It's a normal, regular thing that
Right,
can happen.
it can happen.
But
Right.
now I'm
but why
seeing
can't-
somebody with sharp whatever in his hands as
blades.
and then people wearing costumes. Nobody goes around in costume in normal on a
Yes,
normal
they
day.
do. Yes, they do. Go to Atlantic City. They got this guy who walks around like Batman and all over the place. Yes, they do.
Nobody climbs.
But
no
let me tell
Spider-Man.
you, for Beetlejuice, people were dressing up for Beetlejuice.
But
like
I wanted
the whole
to see
movie
that one
theater
because
was
I heard.
completely
Yeah, I heard
dressed
about
up,
that.
Like
You should
of
take
all
me
the
to go see
characters.
Beetlejuice.
I'm in for Beetlejuice.
So you want to
yeah.
go see?
Oh,
So she'll go
absolutely.
again.
Yeah, because
Once
we
again.
went. Yeah, I
She
went.
saw it.
Me and Tanisha went. Yeah.
Oh, wow, so you're gonna see it again? So
Oh,
like,
I'll
when
see
we
it
go
again.
see?
I will absolutely see it again.
For
But
real?
people were complete, and that's the same thing with Star Wars.
Is that also
They
a,
get
you see?
into
That's example of something I would not see. I did not see Star Wars.
Star Wars,
because
yeah.
it's something I feel.
Cut her mic off. Cut her mic off.
It's like all these things. I saw them as.
Wait a minute. Wait. Stop the press.
Yeah.
Go to commercial. Something.
I know you like Star Wars.
Wait.
and stuff.
Wait.
I'm just saying.
Wait, hold on. You mean to tell me you've not seen any Star Wars movies?
No, I think I saw Star Wars as a kid. That's all I remember. But that's it. Not all these ones you keep saying. Darth Vader, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah.
OMG.
No, I'm not seeing the
Put
movie.
her on the island.
Listen, it's not for everybody.
Yeah, because
It's just
things
that.
like that. Yeah, things like so.
Star
in my
Wars could
brain-
happen?
So in my brain, let me tell you. So in my brain, it's like it's just me as a person. It has nothing to do with anybody. It's just when I started having kids, everything, even things I used to eat, like cereal, blah blah blah. I feel like, oh, it's for kids. Till today, I've never tried a cereal since I had kids. I'm telling you, that's how bad. So I'm like, it's for kids. Okay,
No.
it's their world. Let them have it. Blah blah blah. So yeah, that's how it was.
That's how you feel
I think,
like the Marvel is.
something just.
Yeah.
So it's just like Superman. I watched Superman
Love
as a kid. I watched Batman,
Mm-hmm.
but now watching it over, I'm like, oh, it has its own movie. But start sitting down, start watching Superman. It's not real. I know it's not real. But
Could be.
Spider-Man is so I like the first Spider-Man because it was about Mary Jane, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And now there's 2, number 3, number 4
Number
of the
3
same
was my
story.
favorite, I think.
Well, you have to have for
like,
like a
what's
comic
different?
book, any comic book movie,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you're looking at comic books that these stories have been going on since like the 30s,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
whatever.
Correct.
So they have all these villains that they have to introduce, and
Right.
people who actually will go see the original ones,
Mm-hmm.
not the original, but the movies. They're looking forward to that because it connects with their childhood too, and it just brings a whole
Or
different.
maybe
level
I'll
to
just
it.
say I was not a comic book person.
Well,
Well,
I preferred.
feel like they're
I
just
prefer-
action movies.
I
to
prefer
me,
I prefer
yeah.
Meals and I preferred Meals and Bones and stuff and love novels,
Love stories
yes,
and-
novels. and
okay, so
stuff.
Star Wars is a love story.
But it's part of a comic book thing.
No,
No,
it's
not
not.
Star Wars. Mm-mm.
So, all right, put that on the list.
Okay.
No.
That's
Yes, you
gotta
are.
be on the
We
list
making
of
you-
must-sees.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's on the list of
We wanna
must-sees.
be-
See,
you
all
gonna
those
see it.
things they're not even real because all these characters that
What's not real about Star Wars?
Well,
little
I think
things.
that's what it is for some people. Some people can't see they feel like it's not real, so they can't connect.
Yeah, so I might enjoy the movie. It's
Right.
not, but I can watch it, but it's not just like my go-to thing. Is what I'm saying. It's
What
not
I'm
like
saying is,
something I
what I'm
wanna
saying,
watch.
why you think Star Wars is not? It happened in a galaxy far, far away.
You see, so it's very real.
Exactly.
Exactly.
We're gonna binge
Yeah, we do need to binge some movies.
So the only one. So yes, so Black Panther was relatable because it wasn't so much of him being in character. It was more realistic. Like, okay, yes,
he had to take something to give him his power. You know what I'm
saying? Yes. So I could relate with that, and it was more. It was more of acting, like there were other stories involved. It had to be human half the time. You get what I'm saying?
Well, but only when they had to go.
Yeah,
the other ones.
But then he didn't really go too much. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I don't know. So it was like more realistic. Oh, the family had this thing that they eventually born. So all these other people, the other person, Michael, what's his name? Jordan? Not Jordan. What's it?
Killmonger.
No. In Black Panther.
Yeah, Killmonger.
Mm-hmm. That's his
Michael
name.
B. Jordan?
Michael B. Jordan. That's his name.
Correct.
He was Killmonger. Mm-hmm.
So yes, so he also had power. He was strong as I could relate. Like it's something that can happen. But all these ones that they just keep wearing costumes up and down.
But he had a costume.
Yeah, but it was not so much. But it still had a whole movie.
Yeah. Even still,
or maybe because I was just being biased. Okay, yes.
Okay, let's break it down to that. So I'm like, wait a minute, because if you say, all right, so you took this purple shaped herb, and got powers. Same thing with getting bit by a radioactive spider.
No, but then it was more like, okay, yes, that's why. And there was a time where he didn't have the power. You get what I'm saying?
Same with all of them, except for Thor.
Yeah, where he didn't.
Thor
but he was basically an alien.
Yeah.
So where he didn't have the power and where they were trying to. I don't know how to explain it, but it was more realistic to me. Than. Spider-Man.
And like Siri was making things for him so he could be better.
And other, it was showing like he had weaknesses, not this kind of fake weaknesses that you cannot see. What's that thing for Superman?
Kryptonite.
Exactly.
And you know what? That's more to me. That's more scientific too, because
maybe I don't believe in the scientific ones. I'm more realistic than science.
There is nothing more realistic than science.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I absolutely do.
We're gonna change your mind on that. So because after you watch it.
Oh, all
right, so getting back to Wolverine versus,
Deadpool
versus Wolverine. All right, so let's get this off the air. Off your chest. What was unrealistic about that?
Well, that was not bad. Actually, wait, it wasn't bad, but then it was not funny. Okay, well, it was just the part that got me tired was the part where what's the other friend name? The other friend, his friend.
Whose friend?
Gambit and Blade, and when his friends came.
No, the normal friend at the office. His friend, he had a friend.
Who's he?
Oh, Deadpool.
Deadpool, okay. Deadpool is is it the bar? I forgot what it was. He was what was his character's name?
I'm confused. I don't
know. So
Deadpool
always had the guy who.
Yeah, they're saying all the movie they must have that guy.
Oh,
he had the white guy.
Yeah.
And he had
Is it Wayne? Was it Wayne?
I don't know.
Okay, yeah. And then
the woman.
Val. Yeah. What is her name? I know it's a man's name.
She's funny.
She is very funny. Blind Al.
And the end where they had like 1 million Deadpools. I'm like,
what
was that about? Like,
I could have lived without that.
So
exactly.
Now that's the funny thing. Like, because me and my brother always talk about this. I said, sometimes the comic books itself, they go too far.
Yeah.
Like it's like. I want it to be somewhat realistic. Like I can kind of, like you said,
really?
But when you got like, well, I'm a superhero and my powers is the power of a 1,000 suns, and I could just eat whole universes.
And what was the dog for too? Like,
oh, interesting thing about the dog. I think that dog actually won for World's Ugliest Dog.
Oh yeah, probably. Yeah, we'll win. We'll definitely win.
I can see that.
Yeah, I think that dog's
and had
famous.
the tongue out like. Yeah. Oh my God, that's hard. Ew.
Yeah, so his roommate is Blind Al. I knew it was a man's name, but it's a woman. Blind.
That's the blind lady.
She's been in all the Deadpools.
So the blind lady and his
played
friend.
by Leslie Uggams.
Yes.
Yeah.
And his friend's name, the other guy.
It doesn't show the other guy's name.
It's
I don't know
not
why
the same
I want to call
guy.
him Wayne.
But it's not the same guy as the first two.
Right. Well, I'm looking at the original. Well, I'm looking at Deadpool versus Wolverine, and I don't see who the guy is. But anywho.
So one of the things.
So basically, I'm sorry. Basically, you were saying that he has some normal people in his life, so that makes him a little more relatable.
Yeah, it was really. Yeah, that was okay. And then, but then I did not like the 1 million Deadpool part.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, definitely could have.
And definitely could have lived without the dog too. And then how about?
Speaking of dog, you saw Quiet Place Day One?
I can't remember.
I haven't seen seen that one yet.
It's on.
Okay.
You know.
I think I have seen
All right,
that.
so I'm not gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about the pets. But
No, we gonna stay with this one. So yeah, definitely could have lived without all the extras, but weren't they from other dimensions, right?
Yes.
So that's
but then Deadpool. How come Deadpool was a woman? So they had women.
Because
and they had kids
in the other dimension.
Because
they had different things.
Yeah, you didn't see the other ones, so they kind of built up to what they call the multiverse, and this is a scientific thing. They actually believe that there's multi universes around. Like we have a bubble, and there's another bubble, and sometimes you can, if you can burst into it. Anyway, it's a scientific.
I
thing,
get that.
right?
What I'm saying is, so I understood the fact where the owner of the dog, the original owner of the dog,
Right.
They looked at like it was him in another form or in another.
Right.
So if they were like more of him in different forms,
It was another verse
relate.
in the universe.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah, in other forms looking different, but the same face and everything, but it could be fat, could be whatever. I would relate, but not. I'm like, so isn't Deadpool supposed to be this one guy, or they had like
No. So the way
Deadpool is anybody that can just wear a red costume or whatever.
Deadpool is one guy,
right? In this universe,
but there's a whole bunch of different universes. Like even like we're not talking about comic books now. We're talking about like reality. So what scientists believe that there's an infinite number of universes. And like in the next universe, there's somebody who is probably just like you.
So no, listen. So like Wolverine's own was realistic. Deadpool had to go to different universe to go meet Wolverine, but it was the same Wolverine. Do you get what I'm saying? There was a short one that was, but the same face, the same Wolverine.
Well, so
all over.
here's the thing. So Wolverine was the one who was actually traveling. I mean,
it was Deadpool.
It was Deadpool, but they were going into different universes that was related to him. So there were other Wolverines. I don't know if you probably missed that, but
that's what I'm saying. Other Wolverines, but had his face. There was a short one. There was a bigger one. There was a So they had all of that,
right.
But it was still the same Wolverine face and everything. You get what I'm saying?
Right, but so they didn't because it wasn't that important at the time.
Right,
they didn't have all the Wolverines because he found the Wolverine that he needed.
Right, so and his universe.
Yes,
but going even the 5 Wolverines he went through, or 6, it was still the same Wolverine guy, but in different forms. But it was still the same face.
Right,
there was no female, there was no child.
That's what I'm saying. But there would have been. There would have been. But there
wasn't.
If they went to Wolverine's universe, they may have been others.
Yes. So that's the part that I kind of
didn't.
I don't like. I don't like the multiverse.
I like the multiverse. See, I saw the first multiverse with the Spider-Man,
right?
And I was loving the multiverse.
Yeah. You didn't see Spider-Man, right? The last few.
The one I know that my kids wanted to see one that had this boy, black boy.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Multiverse.
Miles Morales.
Right. Blah blah blah.
So the way it works now, since it's now is out, there's a multi-universe. So you'll see a lot of times you'll see a character that might be Hulk number 681.
Right.
Or Deadpool number such and such. So everybody has that same person, and it just so happens that now they can actually break into the different universes. Because there's a keeper of
all of these.
To make sure things stay kind of
okay, so in other words, you're saying that in this world I might be the Deadpool for this world and you might be the Deadpool for it. So it doesn't mean that it's this. So I felt like it was like I also exist in. So that's what you're saying. That doesn't happen that way.
So you can all right, let's say you're a superhero and I'm a superhero. We're in this universe, right? The next universe might be a bad person. You might be a villain.
But it's still me, right?
It's still you.
But how come, where did the female, that's what I'm saying. So it's still the same me, but where are the females and the children and everybody coming from?
Because
that's who they are in that multiverse.
Yeah, things take turns.
Right.
Like you don't know how it goes. It's like a winding whatever. So even like
so it's still the same guy, but he could be female.
It's just a female. Yeah. So
it's just a woman.
Yeah. So that his path, his timeline might have been instead of him being born, because that's all it is.
When you're born.
Yeah.
Right.
You got the double X gene, which is, the crazy gene. And
then
you got the XY gene.
Oh, no, you did not say that. No, you did not say that.
But that's how it goes. Any little significant change can be a major change or it could be a minor change.
Right.
Right. So that's how that goes. Okay. And which is kind of like, I think sometimes it blurs things out. And I follow the comic books sometimes, like even, through YouTube or whatever. And I'm looking at Thanos versus such and such, Thanos versus 385 Thanos, and they're fighting each other.
Right.
It can get, for somebody who doesn't follow the comic books, it can get confusing.
Yeah.
Right. So, and I think it was a little bit of that in this particular movie with the them jumping from different places, which is kind of like that was the only way that Deadpool could actually meet.
I understood
Wolverine.
that part.
Right.
I understood that part. Like looking for the Wolverine that would help him out.
Yes.
Right. Yes, I understood that part.
So one significant thing though, I'm not gonna say it's significant, but you see how this Wolverine had the yellow,
the original suit.
That's the Wolverine from the comic books. That's the original, like he, whatever. So it's kind of like people got all excited about that. Oh, Wolverine now he's dressing what they knew him to have with the mask and all that type of stuff. In the other stuff that they never had that.
Okay, who was that girl though? The one that could touch you to feel your brain and your everything.
The bald head girl.
Oh yeah.
So I think she's Professor Xavier.
Yes.
Or no, the brother. That's her brother. That's her brother. That was her brother.
Yeah, that was
her brother. Was yes.
Okay, so you're talking about her.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's kind of funny too. She had the egghead too.
Yeah, she's not a Marvel character.
I didn't recognize her.
Yeah, I didn't recognize it either. And I originally thought she was from, what's the one, the doctor that does the circles?
Oh, Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange. I thought she was from Doctor Strange.
That's what I thought she was too.
Yeah, but then it was just like, oh, that's not her. So it didn't kind of make sense to me either. So I wasn't sure about her. Yeah.
So it's for people who follow comic books, I guess it was a really big blast for them. Mm-hmm. But for those who just follow the movies, it's a little different.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
I thought it was good.
I did. It was just some parts that I thought was that opening sequence was a little violent for me. But
I'm trying to think. What was the opening sequence?
He was on the bye bye bye. He was dancing to the whose song is that? NSYNC? Bye bye bye. And chopping people up.
Oh yeah,
and the beginning, like I was like, okay, I had enough of that.
Okay, so
that went on too long.
Where he was at where he got the Wolverine.
Yeah,
the other Wolverine that died. And all that.
All right, so one of the things too, this is the difference between this particular Marvel movie and the other ones. When you
the other Deadpools or the other Marvels?
All the other Marvel movies. This was way more graphic. And more like not an X, but like an R-rated, where most of the other Marvel comic book movies were.
Yeah, but then
like
why was it R-rated? Though?
Because
that's what Deadpool. That's who kind of Deadpool is, though.
Because a lot of times in my head, when they say R-rated, I'm like, is it sex or?
Well,
I'm like,
you'll see when in a Deadpool, he was one of the. Well, first of all, Wolverine and Deadpool in the comic books are one of the most violent characters. Period, like violent. So. Deadpool, his movie came out. I think he was the first one or the only one that actually has an R-rated. I think because of the graphic violence and the sexual
and the language and the innuendo.
So they never had that before in a comic book that I can recall. So that was different.
So meaning like this one was just for like adults.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. I think all of his. That's the second one I was not crazy about at all.
I think Deadpool was definitely for
I would not take my kids to see any of the Deadpools if they were little, like 10, 9. No, he's a little bit too raw. I'll say it like that. But yeah, I thought it was well done though. I thought I really liked some of the cinematography, is that what they call it? Because some of the scenes I thought were really well put together. Okay. And I kind of was obsessed with Gambit because I like that Louisiana accent. And I was like, who was that? Because the first Gambit is good. The first one was good, but didn't quite sound like that. And I was like, that sounds like somebody from Louisiana.
So let me tell you, that's one of the things that irritates me about comic not just comic book movies is that when they change the characters.
Oh, okay.
Because if you have somebody, you kind of like, oh, okay. One of the things from the cartoons, not the cartoons, Gambit wasn't that thick.
No, he wasn't. He was very thin and tall.
Yes.
You're right.
So that kind of threw me off,
right.
and I like the guy who played him the first time.
Okay, you like the original one.
Yeah, so this one was played by Tatum Channing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So he's a buff guy, so
right.
that kind of
so
threw
it was
off.
hard for him to not. Yeah.
But I like when they introduce these characters. Let's talk about the character they introduced. So we Gambit.
Well, no, let's start with Steve first. Captain America.
Was he in there?
Yes. In the beginning.
Oh my God!
Don't look at me. I don't know.
Oh, no, I'm drawing the blank on that one.
He was the first person he ran into in the sand place or the other universe, whatever that universe was. He was the first one that he ran into. So I was just like, okay, wait a minute, how he get there? Like that threw me off because I thought he died.
Yeah. So, but then again, like when in the different universes,
yeah, he could be. You're right. You're right. He could be Captain America in that universe.
Yeah, and some of them are bad guys.
And he technically wasn't Captain America,
right?
In this particular universe. So I was just like, okay, well, where'd he come from? And they just kind of dropped him off, like it was like he's supposed to be. Well, I guess in that universe he was supposed to be there.
But I think that was a plus that everybody liked about the movie for people who follow those type of movies.
Yeah,
you had so Captain America, you had Gambit.
Yep.
You had Blade.
How about the guy? What? That was not funny. What did that guy? They just wasted that guy for no reason. The one that Deadpool lied against, that just killed on the spot.
That was hilarious.
And then they killed him on the spot. He was just there for like 2 seconds in the movie.
Wait a minute, who was that? That was
I can't remember.
That was Captain America.
Was that
him?
Was
it Captain America?
Yes.
But he wasn't Captain America.
No, he wasn't Captain.
No.
He had the hood on.
No, that wasn't. It was the Torch from the Fantastic Four.
Oh.
Because he played both characters.
He did. That's right. Yes. He did.
So the Fantastic Four. There's a.
I know.
You know Fantastic Four?
Yeah.
Okay, that was Johnny Blaze. They called him.
Yes. I completely forgot about that.
That was
so that kind of
and then he just lied 1 second, and then he just died. And he died like just like that. It was like, oh my God, I didn't know.
Well, that's the thing about Deadpool. He is so like sarcastic and just like, I'm gonna save my ass no matter what. Yeah. Like I don't care.
And the guy, and I didn't even know he would die. I thought he was gonna come back.
I did too. He's like, oh, it sucks for him. But so the Deadpool movies, like, say, first of all, the actor who plays Deadpool was Ryan Reynolds, right? I like everything he's in.
He's a comedian. Yeah, he makes it makes
that
movies
that
funny.
is a perfect match.
It is.
That is a perfect
his
match.
personality, even when he's off camera, like when he, all his characters they play in there, he has that in there. It just makes you laugh. But then you had that against this guy who's always joking versus
this guy is always serious. Yeah, he's always serious. He don't find anything funny.
Oh my God. And then see how they keep fighting in the car. And, remember they were fighting in the car?
In the minivan.
It's like...
listen, I hope we're not blowing this for somebody who hasn't seen it yet. But sorry, guys, because, here we are. But it was good. And I was very excited to see. Who was the other? What was the woman?
Oh, let me think.
The characters that came back.
Was it the woman?
Oh, and then there was the girl he wanted to save for some reason.
I can't
remember he wanted
to
save the girl. He wanted to save the girl. That's why he came to look for Wolverine, because Wolverine saved a girl and then he died in that universe. So
saved the girl was a Wolverine too that he saved, right?
Oh, was she Wolverine?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
God, and it was a lot of little
Elektra? Was it Elektra?
Oh, she was in there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Who the woman was?
Wolverine died in that at the beginning, so he was trying to get another Wolverine. So they said Wolverine was trying to save a girl. That's why he died in that movie. And the girl he was trying to save came out at the end. She was dead.
She did.
Okay, so they was the in his world.
Yeah.
In that timeline, that was something that was going to actually save his world.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember
Yep.
now. Then the storyline was kind of it wasn't complicated.
It was a little.
But it's the interweaving into the different. And I don't like I said, I just don't like that part.
Yeah, he cannot process properly, so it's kind of difficult.
Hey, sometimes
but I follow those things, and I just think that like for the comic book stuff is like I think they can be too crazy with it. Like how just to give you a character, the Juggernaut, right? In the movies, he's powerful.
Right.
He ripped was it Deadpool in half?
Right.
But in the comic books, they can get really crazy. Like if he starts getting up momentum, right? He's unstoppable. He can do. Let's say he could do this and then run right into the next, universe or something. Same thing with the Flash.
Right.
Sometimes they go a little bit overboard with certain things, and that's the part I don't like.
Well, see, this is the thing. Like you have to look at the movie as its own entity.
Yeah.
Like you can't compare it to the books or
Right.
when it's a book, don't compare it
Yes.
to that. When it's a comic book, don't compare it to that because it's never going to be right. It's never it's always going to be something that like they didn't do it like that in the book or they didn't do it like that in the comic book. So you got to kind of look at them as separately.
And they got to tone things down for the movies too.
Yes.
Because like I said, it could be extremely violent.
Right.
Or just they have to save. That's nothing. They'll kill off characters more than a comic. Like comic books, you can have characters that's there for
forever.
Years.
Yeah, but they never age in the comics.
And then now some of in the movies, like the Joker and one of theirs. Right. The Joker died.
Right.
That's a DC movie. I don't know who else died in there. There's somebody who dies. There's always somebody who dies, or somebody.
Yeah. So at the end of at the end of this Deadpool, at the end of the Deadpool and this thing, I thought one of them was going to die. Because it would have made more sense if one of them died. Because remember they were both trying. They were like, "Oh, I'm gonna go." Deadpool was gonna go down to the place where the electricity thing.
Right.
And then he closed the door, and then Wolverine was like, "No, it's me. I have to go." Blah blah blah. And then both of them eventually did it. So I expected, okay, one person's gonna die. But
when you get two powers together, they're unstoppable.
They both lived. But
that's pretty much what they were saying. I think the comic books for women are very over sexualized. Like they are really,
yes, they are.
Like boom,
yes,
bam, and the costumes are like this
boobs
big,
tiny, and then the waist so tiny.
Wait, so the funny part is, 'cause I was always when I used to describe people, I was like, yeah, she got that comic book superhero body, and it'd be like seriously, it'd be like an old hag, like in He-Man, one of the like a witch or somebody who was real old or whatever, and her body was banging, so it was like
yeah, we don't get a break. Although I have to think about who is it? What's Black Widow?
Mm-hmm.
She's a little like her costumes. Although they show that she has a body,
right?
It's a whole costume.
Yeah,
it is a whole costume.
Well, in the movies, I think most of them, the women have that
better costumes.
Yeah, like Wonder Woman has the obviously got to have the Wonder Woman thing, but like they don't take the comic book stuff because it'd be like,
because in the comic books they are just like, oh my gosh, you're going to a strip club, like, and how are you gonna be this action hero with this thong up your ass? Like, I'm not understanding. So
and everybody got double D's.
Everybody has them, and it's very it's not a lot of women superheroes.
So,
not funny.
What?
You a mess.
This strike a mess.
He probably was just looking like, let me see how fat she is.
But so let's go over some of the technical aspects of the movie.
Well, I saw the Transformer 1. Is that what it's called? Transformer 1 this weekend, and it was really, really good. Like I was not expecting it to be that.
Like
good.
The old Transformers.
Yes, and it told you how Optimus Prime and what's the other one? Megatron became who they are.
So I'm gonna have a problem with that, just because all the other ones, even the cartoons, were a little bit more serious than that. And then you have the cartoons that have a origin, and they were kind of comedic.
Yeah, this was not. It was just like Wolverine and Deadpool. It was funny in spots, but it was very serious.
But the other ones were, there was no joking around. Like not with the robots except for Bumblebee, but
and they made Bumblebee funny.
There was one movie I saw. It was Thanos, but I don't remember what Marvel. It was called. Yeah. I know, but then they were trying to get like a ring from him. Which of them was it?
That was Infinity Wars.
Infinity
that's the one I saw.
So even with that, that was like if you looked at all the Marvel movies from the beginning, except for Blade. Because that was kind
of... you keep saying Blade is a Marvel movie? Because
he is
not registered.
It is. Yeah.
Because you know why? It's real life to you. Like, it was more real life and more realistic than the other ones.
Yeah, he didn't have costumes.
Yeah. That was a costume.
Yeah.
Oh, he was?
Yeah. He had the sword.
He had the big jacket.
That's just normal jacket that anybody can wear. It's not...
And them boots and the motorcycle.
That was a whole costume.
That's not a costume.
If he wears it every day as a costume.
It's
the same one every time.
Yes.
It's just like normal, but it's just a jacket. Normal jacket. It's not like...
All right, let me tell you. If I put on that stuff and I walk down the street, right? People want to call the police and say he got issues.
Yeah, they are.
Well, it's close to Halloween, so
yeah, you might be able to get away with it.
But going back to that, so that was the success that movie series. So it let them know that we can make money off of this.
Yeah.
So that's how the other one. If that one had failed, we would never have had those Marvel movies.
Yeah.
So from the beginning,
so Blade is the first one.
Yeah, the first, yes. But since then, all the movies have actually kind of tied in to another movie, some sort of way. Even like I like the Easter in any movie that has Easter eggs in there. I just love it because
when you said Easter egg on the prompt, I was like, "What the hell is he talking about? Easter egg?" I did not know that's what that was called. Yeah. Okay,
so Easter, for those who don't know, Easter egg is something that they put in a movie that gives you a clue. Is a clue. To something else.
That's what you're saying.
Right.
Yes, I'm sorry.
I was like,
I thought it was like a basket of eggs.
No.
Like Easter eggs. No. Because, and then he will go and say, "Oh yeah, remember when somebody came? There was the
lightning, right?
Yeah, came and thought
that's an Easter egg.
Yeah,
so that's what you mean.
Because you know what they call it? They call it Easter eggs because
you got to hunt.
You hide the Easter eggs.
Okay,
right?
Okay.
So they put those things throughout the movies just to kind of connect it to something else or to give you a hint of something, and that's the beautiful thing.
You know what's my favorite thing that they do is make you wait after the credits.
Yes.
I love that. Yes. Like, I love sitting there like, what are they going to do next?
All right, so when you go to the movies and you see those people get after the movie's over or whatever, you see all the people getting up and going, those people like, you dumbass, sit down.
It's like, you don't even know what's going on. Like, you don't even know. Like, no, you sit and you wait. So, yeah. I'm all in.
So, what was there for the next one? What's there for the next one?
For the, I'm trying to think at the end. No, they always have something.
Yeah.
That's why it's called Easter egg. You got to actually look at the movie and then kind of like, sometimes you don't even know that it's an Easter egg until you see another movie and say, oh, that's what that was. Mm-hmm. So like even
or if you rewatch it and then you just be like,
yeah. Game of Thrones is like that too.
I'm starting to realize that it was just like I watched this entire series and I was into it, but I missed so much stuff. Like I'd have to actually I'm physically taking notes because I have I like, oh my God, I didn't know that happened. Oh my God, what did that happen? And
So in the movies, there's so many things, even like in that movie, like even though you think something that's really boring or doesn't count, it's like, whatever. Later on down the line,
it matters.
You'd be like, oh snap, let me, go back. That's what that meant.
Right.
And like from the very start, except they messed up season 8. We're going to talk about Game of Thrones though. That's because it was certain things in there, they kind of messed us up. But one thing I liked about, I think it was good with the Wolverine and Deadpool was you had two contrasting personalities, and I think that was a good combo. One who's the adult,
and one was the child, not just a child, like a baby toddler kind of child.
That's kind of how we. I'm the adult.
Like you're the toddler. You're the toddler, the baby toddler.
I'm the Wolverine.
Yeah, right. You're the Deadpool.
Absolutely the toddler.
Definitely the Deadpool.
Okay, would you use your powers for bad or good, and what would your powers be?
Depends on what my powers are. Like I honestly speaking, right now, if I had let's say if I had Wolverine's powers, I think I would be good. I'm pretty sure.
What's his power? Strength?
No, well he's strong, but his thing is that he has
the blades,
right, and he has heightened senses. Like he can smell, see, and
hear,
and he heals very quickly. You can't kill the Wolverine. Well, you can.
Well, you can, but it's hard.
Yeah.
Now, is that vibranium?
His is called anti-antium.
Yes. Okay.
So what happened? Now this is a comic book too, so they didn't put it out in the movies. But what happened with Wolverine? He was a regular guy. Of course. So his claws came out was bone.
Yeah.
His what?
That was in the first Wolverine movie, I think.
The claws.
The things that come out.
Claws came out of his bones.
No, they were bones. They were like made out of bones.
Yeah, they were bones. So he had the skeleton and his claws came out was bone, like like it would be a regular Wolverine, the actual animal. So what happened with him? He was part of this project called Project X, I think it was called, and Project X.
Go back.
So they took him.
Go back. Wolverine is an animal.
Yeah.
It is. Oh wow.
Oh, we gonna talk about that one. Not just an animal. It's a small animal, but it's a badass animal. Oh. This is a little thing about this size, the size of a big cat or a little dog or whatever, that is so ferocious. I mean, like even like lions won't mess with it because it's and it has the energy.
Long claws.
Yes.
Gnarly teeth.
Yeah. Right. So the thing with that is they're very, what's the word for it? Like, I'm not gonna say indestructible, but it takes a lot to take out a Wolverine. They'll take on poisonous snakes. They'll take on anybody, and it's always like the engine's always running. You know, that's why it's called the Wolverine.
Wolverine, right?
So he has his claws that come out in their bone, but he was part of this project, and he's old, like back in the Civil War time.
Yeah, he's very old.
Yeah, he's old, so he doesn't age. Or he doesn't age as
He aged extremely slow.
So when he was in the military, they took him and put him in this thing called Project X, and he had this substance, this metal called anti-antium, something along those lines. And what had happened was they fused it to his bones, so his whole skeleton is made of this indestructible metal. Mm-hmm. So that was one of the byproducts when he pulled his claws out. There was this razor sharp, indestructible metal to add on to all the other stuff. Right. So, see, that's real.
So he was lab made.
He
was lab made.
Yeah.
Everybody's lab made. Spider-Man, the other person for Spider-Man was lab made. The other person.
Most of them are.
What's the other person? Spider-Man's nemesis. What's it called?
Which one? Doc Ock.
Doc Ock.
Doc
Ock.
No, the one who had the professor man.
Oh, that's well, he had a few. Doc Ock is a professor.
Yeah.
The Goblin. Mm-hmm. He's a scientist.
Yep.
The first Spider-Man that I saw was the guy. Was it Mary Jane's? He was Peter Parker's something family friend or whatever it was.
Okay, so his father, Peter Parker's friend, is a scientist.
Your father.
What's his name?
The father of his, yes.
Yeah, so he's a scientist. I'm gonna say God. I'm thinking most of his are Dr. Octopus, basically Doc Ock. He's a scientist. Norman something Osborn. Osborn. He's a scientist. The Lizard. He's a scientist because he lost his arm, so he's trying to come up with something to regrow his arm. So so everything kind of mirrors science, whereas they might have, and there's a reason for this. Some things that they won't do is
Kingpin.
Magic.
Is that who you're thinking about? Kingpin.
I don't remember.
He looks like a man. He just looks like a regular guy. She was like, he wasn't lab made.
Oh well, yeah. He's not lab, which kind of messes up too, because for somebody who's not lab made, he sure is superhero type, whatever. Which
he has,
kinda,
he has some kind of powers.
Yeah, and maybe it's an undiscovered thing.
True.
So, but most of them go with science or, I think they were trying to separate it from.
Osborn is the person you were thinking about.
They separate from magic, so you'll rarely see somebody who has actual magic, right? It's usually something that's
except Black Panther.
Black Panther's not. That's not magic. It's
Gambit
not magic.
Pretty much.
Well, his is based on science too.
Oh,
the only person that you'll see that's magic is the Scarlet Witch.
Oh, I loved her.
That's the only person that I can recall, because everybody else has like has a genetic mutation that gives them whatever. Even her brother. Now it might.
Except Black Panther, he didn't have a genetic mutation.
No, but his was science because the vibranium that was grown affected the herb, and the herb gave him the powers, right? So that's scientific type stuff. Right?
I didn't realize he had this many enemies.
Spider-Man?
Oh yeah, it's like 20 people on there.
Exactly.
Yeah. So Morbius was an enemy. Blade was an enemy. Well, sort of, but they became friends,
right?
Yeah.
In the comic books,
Doc Ock,
Hobgoblin was the other. Yeah.
That's his son.
That's whose son? Norman Osborn's
the Green
son.
Goblin's son. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then what was the other one?
There's a whole bunch of them.
The Rhino, the Sandman.
Yeah. Sandman. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah,
there's a whole bunch of them. I didn't realize it was this many.
But yeah. Overall, what would you give the movie
out of 10?
Yeah.
7.5.
7.5. What would you say?
7.5.
8.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I'm somewhere in there too.
Yeah, somewhere in there. It was a little it was too many confusing things in there, and like it wasn't a standalone movie. So if you didn't see a lot of the other movies, it might have been hard to connect them.
Yeah,
so.
No, you just watch it as a regular movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I think if you had seen the other movies, it would make it so much more better.
Yeah,
more better. One we talk about the do you prefer movies that's more serious, or did you like the humor in that?
Well, I expect Deadpool to have some humor. Humor, right? Yeah, he's got to have some humor, so I look for that. What I didn't like, what they did in the second movie, and they cut back a lot of that on this one. He talked to the camera too much for me in the second movie, and I was just like, come on, man. Like, it's cute the first couple of times you do it, but like every time you turn around, you just doing some joke for the audience.
But I think
that kind of pulled away from me.
I think that's part of the Deadpool character. He's actually a spoof of a DC character.
Oh my god!
I read about this. So back in the day, they used to always compete against each other. Whatever.
Right.
So they
doing it.
Yeah, but they would take a character from, like, say, DC Comics and then make it a Marvel comic, and that's what they took. I forgot which one it was from DC, but they made it and they changed the name. Like, his name might be Wade Wilson, and his name might be
Wilson
Wade or something along those lines. But yeah, that's kind of like that's for comic book geeks to know all that type of stuff. I'm not one of them.
I was gonna get ready to say
Yeah, no, I'm not one of them. But I do like the backstories and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely like the backstories. So are you a Marvel person or DC person?
Oh, Marvel all the way.
Marvel. I like both. I think because I'm a Wonder Woman fan. Like,
DC,
I'm a fangirl for Wonder Woman.
What pisses me off about DC the most is that every movie they have, they seem to never be able to get the same damn actor. How many Supermans? How many Batmans?
Yeah. Well, it's been 3 Spider-Mans.
Yeah, but at least they have movies. You know, not one of them had just one movie.
What do you mean?
Like, all right, the big head Spider-Man. That's what I call him.
Who are you talking about? Tobey Maguire?
Yes. Matter of fact, both of them. The other two, the two big head and big header.
Who? Tom Holland. Tom Holland is the latest one.
He's the only one with the regular size head.
So who was it was Tobey Maguire.
It was Tobey Maguire who was the first one, right? And then you had the other guy who he was the Tobey Maguire was the one who actually can shoot the webs out of his arms naturally. The next one he had to make his webs, which is close to the comic books.
Okay.
Right? I forgot his name, but it seemed like he was always whining about something. Yeah, but they had multiple movies.
I'm still not understanding what you're saying.
All right, so I'm gonna give you.
Yeah, I'm not understanding what you said. So are you saying like each Spider-Man had a separate movie? Because that's not true.
Yes. Well, all right. So let's say Tom Holland's Spider-Man. He had the latest one.
Okay.
He had multiple movies.
Yes,
and he was mixed in some of the other ones.
He's made 2, right?
And he's mixed in with the
Avengers.
Mm-hmm. The other Spider-Man, the first one, he had a couple. He didn't just have one; he had a couple.
Sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Andrew Garfield.
Yes.
Yeah. I wasn't a fan of his.
He played in a war movie that I liked, but as far as him goes,
I wasn't a fan of his Spider-Man.
I think he was a whiner. I get
it.
But yeah, so they
Although that last one, #3 is the magic number. I really was on board with that one.
They did it justice by bringing all of them in there, kind of legitimized.
Yes, they did.
The having the different characters,
together.
right?
Yeah.
DC doesn't do that.
No,
they'll
they
have
don't.
skinny ass Batman over here, and you got the Batman who's Michael Keaton that everybody likes. Then
Who was your favorite one?
Actually, I'm gonna say Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
But very close second was
Christian Bale.
Yes.
Yes.
I always say American Psycho, but yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I agree.
The rest of them.
Who was George Clooney? I was just like,
yeah, he got to be the worst. No, the worst I'm gonna say is the guy from our books.
The guy from our books.
What's the guy from the wolves versus the vampires? Twilight.
What
Twilight
is his name?
guy. I forgot his.
He
didn't sell me at all.
About. I know. Yeah. I wasn't. Yeah, because you can't see him anything other than Edward in Twilight.
Right, but he did. I
didn't see.
But
him.
I didn't think he fit the Bruce Wayne thing. All the other Batmans, I would give him. Even Val
he
Kilmer.
Like, oh yeah, I kind of liked him. But so he didn't have that swag.
Yeah, yeah. And then the one they have now.
Who is it now?
J-Lo's ex.
No.
Yeah,
Ben Affleck.
Yeah, he's the Batman in Justice League in the last. Yeah, he's.
Oh, that's right. He was Batman.
Which is again stupid because let me tell you why it's stupid, because he also played in Daredevil. He
was Daredevil.
Marvel did that when they made the Fantastic Four guy play Captain America. Yeah, the Fantastic Four, the Flame. Yeah, so they need to stop that. But
Robert Pattinson.
Who's that?
Robert Pattinson. Twilight. The Twilight guy.
Okay. Yeah, weakest Batman ever. Weakest Batman ever. He should have played I guess he could play like Shaggy from Scooby Doo or something like that. He didn't. Not any type of way. Not saying he wasn't a good actor, but you didn't fit the part.
Okay. I would agree with that. Yeah. I would agree with that. And I felt like Jason Momoa fit the Aquaman character, but the movie was trash.
Yeah.
It was so bad. It was so bad.
I think they bargained on, or they bet on him just being the heartthrob, and people going to go straight to that.
That movie was packed. All the women was in there to see him. every last one. But I was just like in the movie, like, okay, you fine and all, but what is going on?
So let me tell you this: did you know that Robert Downey Jr. is going to play Dr. Doom?
Yes.
That is a dumb seed.
And I was just like, why is that happening? Yeah, no, stop.
Ryan Reynolds played the Green Lantern.
Oh, that's right. That was bad too.
I liked it though. I did like that. And I like I said, it might be because I like Ryan Reynolds.
Okay.
But that's okay. But that's a DC character. But don't put Ryan Reynolds as anything. Well, he did play another Marvel character. If you saw Blade, Blade Trinity, he was one of Blade's teammates.
Well, technically, that's not a character. He's just a character.
He's not a main character, but he's still.
Right.
Don't be crossing stuff like that. Don't do that. So yeah. Well, we need a word of the day.
Okay, Marvel.
Okay.
Marvel is the word of the day.
Marvel's the word of the day, and for those who are following us. Check our website at www.hottopix.com and look at our events. We still have our upcoming wine and pasta event, and tickets I think are $40 or something along those lines.
Come,
but yeah, we're gonna have some fun. Just come out, have a bite to eat, and get full and sip and join another podcast. Interactive podcast.
Participate in our shenanigans, foolishness, and nonsense.
Yes, we definitely want more people out there. And then, of course, follow, subscribe, and because we do have the prize, the prize at the end of the month. And I think we'll do pizza. I'll tell you, we'll do. We're gonna give a free pizza.
Don't listen to him.
We're gonna give a free pizza from Pizza City. Okay, so that means you got to be in the area because we're not delivering. Okay, so any last parting words there, Shorty?
Vote,
yes. Please vote and be aware because it's getting crazy out there. Yeah, so we're good. Thelonious.
Thank you.
She all dressed up, y'all. She don't want to say anything. She all dressed up today.
She's dressed up every day.
Alrighty.
Thank you, family, for listening to the latest episode of Hot Topics. As usual, listen, like, share, subscribe. Ta. This is what I do.